What's happened, Rosmeister, Flexatron? Right, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly go over all the movements that you're doing in your workouts, just so that it's fresh in your mind, and then I'm going to let you know the only adjustment that I've got for your workout today, which is the very last exercise. Awesome. So, to get started with your workout today, we're doing external rotations, banded pull aparts, and shoulder dislocations, all one after each other, for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps on every exercise. Basically having no rest in between the total rounds if we can do, like the round being every single exercise done one after each other. But you know, if you need to take like 30 or 60 seconds or something, go for it. So external rotations, boop, 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 and grab and hold the band, trying to pull them apart while keeping those elbows glued into the body, so keep those shoulders pulled back and keep the chest proud. Then you get into the pull aparts, as you know, bringing those straight across, and remember to apply your new tip to them about trying to turn the band out as you're bringing them across. After you've got through that, dislocations, bring them right round till he comes back to your waist. Oh, chair's blocking me there. And bring them around the front. Boom. Easy bit. After that, we get into your 2-armed seated row with the band, and you're going to be doing that with your super planks. Now, the one that you want to remember with the seated row is that we're doing a 3 count pause at the top of each rep, and that you want the band to track as close towards your thighs as you can do. If you get your feet a little bit wider, it'll give you a little bit more resistance. As you start the movement, pull your chest nice and proud, pull the band so that it comes in line with your thighs. 1, 2, 3, nice and slow going forward. 1, 2, 3, and so on. That guy is done with the super planks. When you do your super planks, remember that all we're trying to do is create a little bit more core tension in the centre. So you want to try and pull your toes up towards your stomach as if we were doing like a sit-up, but we're doing it into the floor, and to try and bring your elbows down towards your stomach. As if we were pulling them straight down like that, like trying to saw them into the ground. So hopefully you can see me just there. Yep, yep, yep. So here I'm all kinds of relaxed, but then if I pull my elbows down, pull my toes up, it's going to lift my core up right away. But if you think about tucking your butt in as well, that's going to make that core tension a little bit better. Remember, the abs job is to try and close the distance between the hips and the ribs. So you're thinking about trying to compress this area and using your whole body to compress it. So yeah, for those, we're looking at 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds. If we can do 20-second sets, that'd be great. And for the rows, we're looking at doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Should be good for the higher end rep range in that one, I reckon, for you. After that, we get into your mountain climbers. I'd love you to just do those ones by themselves today, but instead of doing it for time, do it for a rep count. When you get into your mountain climbers, remember that they are not to be done quick. We just want your shoulders right over your wrists. Get everything super, super solid, and you want to breathe out as you bring that knee towards your chest and crunch in. We're looking at 3 sets of 20 to 30 reps with about a minute's rest in between each set. Oh, and every single time we get that 1 knee to the chest, that's a rep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. After that, we get into banded overhead press, which, remember, it's this guy. You want to get your band. Ideally, one of the loopy bands, like for your knees for this. Well, this guy's just a hand for me right now. That's where you want to get the band, get them around your wrists, pull those shoulders back. And you're going to try and press the band above your head while you're trying to turn your elbows in and trying to turn your hands against the band as strong as you can do until you get to overhead. And then when you're bringing them back down, you're going to try and pull the band apart with your wrists, drive the elbows inside until you tuck down again. You do want to use a band, probably a little bit weaker than the one that I've used there. Remember, it can be a really light band that you do that exercise with. Even like your weakest or second weakest band is going to be really enough to get it bent. But you're doing that with banded lateral hip thrusts. So, banded hip thrust with a lateral press. That's it. Banded hip thrust with a lateral press. You want to get your bands, your hip thrusty bands, whack on your 2 strongest ones for this. So 1 just above the knee and 1 just below the knee. Pop yourself onto your back. You're going to want to be on a raised surface for this exercise. But pop yourself onto your shoulder blades. Once we're in here, remember all the cues to your hip thrust that you learned to apply last session. Screwing your feet in towards the floor, Making sure that you're keeping that tension pressed against the bands, pulling your belly button in nice and tight and getting that lockout pronounced at the top. But screwing those feet into the floor is going to be a real important one for this one. So what we're to do is just do your hip thrust as normal until we come to the lockout point at the top. Once we're here, we're going to press against the bands even more with the knees, pressing them right out, bring them back into your starting position, and down. Up, lock out, press out, and down. Up, lock out, press out, and down. Make sure that you get into that lockout point every single time before you're doing that pressing out with the band. Don't just try and rush into it, and do not get to the lockout, relax, and then do the press. Try and do it up, and while you've got that squeeze in there, boom, press against them, and down. There you go. We're going to be doing that with your strongest bands on for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps, and for the banded overhead press, 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps with that. Enjoy, home girl. Boom.